All right. Guys, it's been 2 years since y'all been on the podcast.
Wow.
Tell me, how has Nothing Lost grown over the last 2 years?
Immensely. Maybe not as big as I'm making it out to seem, but I think we've definitely grown a lot. Musically, I think we've garnered a better fan base since 2 years ago. We've been able to play a lot of out of town shows, which we weren't doing at the time. Tons of new music, tons of new ideas, merch. I mean, it's all coming together pretty well. And now we have a tour coming up, which was not even in our sights 2 years ago. So it's pretty wild how much we've grown. Added that guy over there.
Who's this guy?
This is Josh. He joined our band. How long ago was this? Who cares?
September last year?
but he's here now.
End of August.
Yeah.
Pull the mic a little closer for you, Chad. No, pull it.
Not closer.
But we had to pick up a new drummer. We had some events happen, and we lost our drummer. And we ended up asking this guy to fill in for some shows we had coming up. And then he just stuck around. We really enjoyed how everything was coming out and how easy writing new music got and how reliable he is. We don't really got to fight. It's just whatever we got going on, he's cool with it, and it's been nice and easy.
What's your side of the story?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, I'm best friends with Chad ever since out of high school, like he said. And he came to me and he was like, hey, I'm having a little bit of problems. I might need you for a backup drummer. And I was like, okay. And then so just kind of stuck in the back of the head. And he was like, all right, it's time. I had 4 shows back to back and gave me about 7 days straight to get ready for him. So I learned 8 songs in a week.
Ooh. He knocked it out.
Sure did.
And yeah, practice, day after day after day. And yeah, I did okay enough in order to not mess up the gig. So, I mean, yeah. Our first gig was at, the Mix, right? Downtown?
Shoot.
That's where we saw
No, it was
Battle
in,
Drive?
I think it was in Austin.
It was in Austin.
Oh, it was Austin.
At the
and then
Townsend.
Mix, that's
Right.
right.
It's some spot called the Townsend, which was super fancy, by the way.
Pinkies up.
Like, we had to play in the back room, like, shunned away from the rest of the bar.
Yeah, soundproofed off. And
Soundproofed, like,
Wow.
it was weird.
TV monitor that had...
It sounded great.
Yeah. It was very high quality.
Yeah. And the dude working sound was really cool.
I just don't think they've seen a punk show before. And I don't know if they were ready.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone knew what they were getting into. The bands, the bar, anyone.
No.
But it was a fun night.
It was a really fun night.
Where did this happen at?
Austin.
In Austin at a place called the Townsend.
We had to park at a parking garage and make like 3 trips to bring our instruments back and forth. Like, oh, we hate Austin so much sometimes.
Dude,
Every time we play Austin.
So much.
I rented a Lime scooter
Oh, yeah.
last South by Southwest and I
Yep.
rode 4 or 5 blocks holding all my gear on a little scooter. Oh,
What can you tell me about what's going on with South by Southwest since y'all were
it's classified.
originally to play at that event?
Yeah, it's classified.
Well, as far as like I know, there's no official South by anything happening anymore. They canceled it all, and everything that was unofficial South by Southwest kind of has free reign now. It seems like everyone's taking advantage of all the big names and corporations going away and trying to blow it up as big as they can. Some people are hopeful that they're going back to the roots of how it used to be. I think that's kind of wishful thinking, to be honest, because they'll just probably be back next year. But anyway, the more hype we can get for this year is cool.
So y'all are supposed to have higher numbers than usual come to the event since South by Southwest is
Yeah,
officially canceled.
yeah. We're hoping.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping everyone that already had the travel plans made, they're already in Austin, and there's nothing they can do about it. I'm hoping they still go check out what's happening for South by, even though Post Malone won't be there. Or whatever big names. Hopefully they'll just walk around and you'll have more foot traffic for all the unofficial events.
Yeah.
Now, how many times? What time of the day are y'all playing?
I think 4.
PM.
Yeah.
4 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah. At Flamingo Cantina.
Yeah.
On 6th Street.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. All the unofficial stuff, like I would love going to South by Southwest. You know, many years ago, I would go like almost every year. And I would go see all the unofficial stuff because I don't have money to see the official stuff, obviously. A lot of those tickets are, or wristbands, I should say, are like $50, $60 to go see, I don't know, Ludacris or something crazy like that, you know? So I would go to all the unofficial stuff and watch bands like, I don't know, Title Fight and Balance Composure. And then I remember there was an event happening with Bad Brains, and I wanted to see them so bad. And it was unofficial South by Southwest show, but it was sold out. Like, the whole venue was at Emo's, completely packed. And there was no way anyone was getting in. But one of the dudes from another band that was playing on that same showcase was like, hey, you guys waiting to get in? We're like, yeah, but they're not letting anybody in. He's all, fuck that. Come over here. And, like, he brought us around back and got us into the Bad Brains show.
That's awesome.
Best South by Southwest moment of my life. And it's just cool, like, that all these unofficial showcases are going to be able to have that opportunity to, like, bring people in and
Power.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't have to worry about wristbands. Like, most of these events are all free. You just show up and come and have a good time. You know,
Exposure.
it's really, really cool. So I'm excited for that portion of it.
I'm excited for what we did last year. We played, and granted, it was kind of dead where we played and when we played. We played really early last year.
Ooh, like noon.
But we finished playing and just went walking the streets, and it was a lot of fun. Ate pizza and spotted a few celebrities. Like, dude, is that what's his name? And then
It's pretty cool.
yeah, and then following other people on social media, and you're like, hey, they're here too. Like, I bet we could find them. It was just fun hanging out and knowing everyone was there.
Yeah, for sure.
And being a part of it was extra cool. I'm glad we get to do it again, actually.
It's going to be fun for me because it's my first one.
Yes, it is.
It's your first time.
Yeah, buddy.
Super bummed when I heard that it was all canceled. I was like... But yeah, no. Super stoked to be playing at this event.
And after South by Southwest, what's the plans after that?
We got a couple shows.
Bang Bang after that with Feta, right?
No, that's not happening.
Whatchamacallit? Oh, no, it's not?
No.
Okay.
No, we're playing a brick at Blue Star on the 15th.
Yeah, Sunday after.
Yeah, the Sunday after the.
Okay.
With a very cool ska band coming in called The Big News.
Yeah, they're from Oklahoma City, and they're pretty awesome.
So-
Really cool band.
If you haven't checked them out and you like some cool ska stuff,
Definitely.
go look them up.
Yeah, for sure.
Whichever camera this is. You go look it up.
Wasn't there a grand tour that y'all were supposed to be going on? Or no?
We can call it grand. Yeah.
It's our grand.
It cost us $1,000.
Yeah,
Grand
so
tour.
we're finally hitting tour last day of this month on March 31st.
Yeah.
And we'll be taking off from here, hitting Dallas.
Yep.
Technically Arlington, I think. And then then we're going to New Orleans. And then we have 4 days in Florida to tear up the East Coast and try and become Florida man for a day.
What is Florida, man?
It's really anything you can imagine. You dream it, Florida man has done it.
That's true.
There used to be a game where you can type Florida man and your birthday and just see what Florida man did for that day. It'll pull up news articles, and it's always something crazy. You should give it a try.
Maybe. Maybe. Are y'all doing this full time, or what's y'all's day jobs?
Yeah, Ryan still works at Six Flags.
Yeah, I work at Six Flags.
Still doing
I'm
it?
still there.
He's holding it down.
I've been there since 2006. So, been there a long time. Currently a stage manager over there. So, yeah, that's my day job.
That's
I
great.
guess, so to speak. Yeah, I love it. It's fun. Have a good time. Clearly, I like it. I've been there for so long.
Well, I see you when you post your Instagram photos. Like you look like you're really into it.
Yeah, man, it's a good time. All the people I work with are real cool. I got no complaints. It's a really cool spot.
I kind of envy him. I used to work there, and it was totally awesome. I got to agree, and I often wish I was still there sometimes. But now I do fencing, welding, and access control security. I install cameras and keypads and locks and bunch of random stuff. But I'm loving it. It's a nice change from automotive. If you remember what I was talking about last time I was here.
All the dealerships basically ripping off all the customers.
Yep. So I got fed up with that, made the change, and couldn't be happier. But that's my day job. And then basically anytime I'm not at work though, even when I am at work, I'm focused on this band pretty hard and
Same.
trying to make things happen in the background.
Ditto. For me, I actually quit my normal 9 to 5 working at a call center. Just got tired of it, to be honest. And music's a big portion of my life ever since growing up and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like I have to have a job that can compensate for it, because if I had a normal 9 to 5, I don't think I'd be able to participate in this band as much as I should or can. And so, I mean, it's kind of a good thing. But as of right now, I live a degenerate lifestyle being a contract worker. I deal cards at a card house, so poker pretty much that, and I do contract work for another company that we do casino parties. So we'll show up to a client's address, tables and all, play casino for 3 hours, and work off tips and stuff like that. So pretty easy, fun.
Yeah, all y'all 3 different types of work styles.
Yeah, man.
It's intense.
For sure.
How y'all have time to bring it all together?
We got really lucky that our schedules line up to where after work, usually Monday through Friday, we can all find time to meet up and jam out for a few hours. And it's just, man, we've gotten so lucky. We always talk about if we added a 4th member, how different it would be because of a 4th schedule in the mix.
What is the need for the 4th member?
Just
Another
extra
guitarist.
guitar harmonies, leads, choruses, just
Different aspects
extra,
of music
yeah.
that we can't do now.
just extra.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, there's some things we'll put in the record that we can't play live because we've only got one Ryan. But we try not to put too much extra to where our live shows are still, you get the whole effect of the song, or you're not feeling like you're missing, like, wait, man, this sucks compared to the CD.
There's like 5 guitarists on that CD.
But we've gotten really comfortable with just 3 and kind of proud doing all this just as a trio. It's nice. We enjoy it, and it's easier, much easier.
A lot more room in the van too.
Yes.
Kind of.
Can you imagine having a 4th? We would have no room in there.
Probably have to strap them to the top.
Yep.
Strap what?
Strap to the person. Just top. Or their gear. Just put it on top.
Yeah.
just yours. Doing since the last time we saw you, Greg. I see all your cool travel pictures all the time.
Travel.
It looks so awesome.
Just mainly from Australia, man.
It's so cool. You're a lucky guy.
Nah,
A lot of people don't get to do that.
you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just gotta put money towards it.
Yeah.
You right.
Sucks.
You right.
But no, I don't know. I mean, Australia was great, amazing. Wish I was still there, but we're here. I'm making the best of it.
There you go. That's a
What
good
about-
attitude.
What about you guys? How y'all making the best of this?
I'm loving every minute of life right now. Everything's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, when we're in our groove, like, I mean, I don't know, like, the other day we went to practice and we had this mission of just kicking out new music, and it just all came together. It's like, it's beautiful that it's like a language that is spoken without being spoken. Like, we know how our sentences are going to be fragmented, and, I mean, different tempo changes and stuff like that. That's what gets me going the most, is whenever we don't have to say anything and just the music flows.
For sure. That was a really good night. We we went into our practice space and we were just like, we gotta write 2 new songs for the record. Like we have to. And we went in there with that mindset, and man, we knocked them out hour and a half,
And
2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
We just wrote 2 songs just out of nowhere. It was great.
And what are the names of those 2 songs that y'all wrote out of nowhere?
One of them is called Gatekeeper, and the other one is Randall. Randall's about our alien mascot that you'll see on our album.
I've seen him.
You've seen him. He goes to our shows sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring him every now and then.
Causes trouble.
Yeah, causes
How
trouble.
much trouble?
Man.
To tell him a few of his incidences.
Randall, right? Randall.
Yeah.
How do you end up with the name Randall? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I remember how.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
We got him, and the guys were asking the same question. Like, what do we name him? And all I did was look to my left, and I had an amp, and its brand name was Randall. And I unplugged my headphones. But, yeah, it was just, it fit. As soon as I said Randall, everyone was like,
That's it.
that's perfect.
That's his name.
That's his name.
That's it, yeah.
That's great.
So, he can be a bit of a troublemaker. We took him to Corpus, and he's kind of a ladies' man, ladies' alien. And
He likes butt stuff.
He goes both ways.
Yeah. He was. I mean, it's all about the pledge, man. But yeah, some cougars got after him and started taking pictures and dancing with him, and
He got behind the soundboard, started running sound for the other bands playing.
yeah.
He's a wild guy.
Take out the chunk of groupies.
Oh yeah. He gets all the groupies, really.
Did he help in your new signing with the label record?
Yeah, I don't think we probably would have been signed if we didn't have Randall with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks, guys.
They contacted him first, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
who was this that contacted?
Havoc Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Havoc Underground is they've been really awesome. They just announced I guess signing with us. We signing with them.
We signed with them.
Yeah.
Yay.
And they're a Florida independent label, and awesome dudes that run that label. And we just so happened to become friends with them kind of on a whim.
Yeah.
Really. They were looking for somebody to play shows with, and I guess, who was it?
Destroy Orbison hooked us up
Destroy
with
Orbison.
that one.
Yeah, and Jacob from Dial Drive, hit us up and wanted us to play shows when they were coming down, and we were like, sure.
Yeah, we played with the Problematics, Florida, here when they came to Texas last year
Oh, yeah,
or the
that's
year
right.
before. And that's how we met Billy. He's the co-owner of Havoc Underground. And then
Chick.
then Jacob tagged us, and they were touring through Texas in his other band. And so we joined them for all their Texas dates. And then a few months later, after they went home, we got another email asking if we wanted to join Havoc Underground. And we were just like, yes.
Is that part of the reason why y'all are going to Florida?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We
It is the
actually,
reason.
The only reason.
we were deciding where to tour. And it was either West Coast or East Coast. And then basically at the same time, that's when we got put on Havoc Underground. And we're like, well, that makes that decision easy. We're going to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And as soon as we told them we wanted to tour, they were like, cool, we got 4 days here for you, set, done. Like, all you got to do is show up and play. And we're like, dude, y'all are making this too easy.
Yeah, Billy and Jake really made it super easy for us, and they're just like, don't worry, we'll handle the venues, we'll handle anything and everything. We'll get you guys the bands to play with you guys, and it's
So you're being catered to.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's really
They're,
awesome. Yeah.
When normally you have to take care of all those essentials yourself.
DIY.
yeah,
Yeah,
or,
for the most part.
Or if we had like a tour manager,
Yeah.
then they would, obviously, but we don't.
I like the DIY.
So we just do it ourselves.
They're our merch vandal from Florida.
Basically.
Merch Vandal, you had Ralphie here not long ago, and he runs Merch Vandal. And we're on Merch Vandal here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what Jacob and Billy do for us in Florida, Ralphie hooks us up here in town. So Ralphie's a good guy.
Yeah, Ralphie's always trying to help out all the bands.
Oh, he does.
He does. He does a
I'm
great
blown
job.
away with how much Ralphie does.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
amazing.
And doing ep shows, Sundays and Monday nights? I don't remember.
He's
Well, yeah, it depends.
All the
Depending
time.
on the night, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of stuff lined up.
he books shows here in town for Merch Vandal band or touring bands, to be honest, but
Yeah.
puts Merch Vandal bands with them to play, and that's almost once, maybe twice a week here. And he's also got his own band, Night Sobs, and so he's busy with that too up in Austin. And man, he's a busy dude, but he's making it happen. He's got dedication.
Taking his son everywhere, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just awesome. Spending all that time with him.
Yeah, he's pretty inspiring, to be honest. He, just like you told me, anyone can do it. It's the same thing with music. Anyone can do it. If you push yourself, you'll get there.
For sure.
I never thought we'd get here.
Why is that?
I thought we'd just be playing in my garage forever. And that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Just having fun on the weekends.
Going on tour.
It's a lot of trial and error, like being musicians, and a lot of it's error.
A lot of error.
And I can't even name all the bands that I've been in, and I'm like, oh, this is the one. We're gonna launch into the stratosphere, and we're gonna do all this stuff, man. We're gonna come out with all these records. We're gonna tour the world. We're gonna tour the country. It's gonna be crazy. And like 3 months later, we don't even talk to each other. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like you forget like almost who anyone is, and like it just sucks, man. Or somebody does something stupid in the band and just causes too much of a rift, and no one wants to be around each other. And it's just like,
Do you honestly believe a rift could happen between the three of y'all?
these guys, nah, I could see it happening, but I think we're also the kind of guys who, if we have issues, we're not the type to like just stay quiet about them. We'll talk to each other about them openly, and if we hurt people's feelings, oh well, like it just needs to be said. You know what I mean? And I really value that a lot, because I'm always the type that if nothing will get fixed unless you talk about it. You know what I mean? And if there's an issue that I'm having with Chad or I'm having with Josh or vice versa, they'll call me out. Chad has called me out many times.
It's funny.
And it's great because he checks me, It's like we played a show one time and I had a shitty attitude, because, here I am thinking I'm Mr. Big Shit and I deserve whatever. And, I get upset on stage or whatever. And, after the show and even during our set, he's just telling me to stop. And after the show, he's like, you're being a real bitch, man. Like, come on. Like, stop acting like that. You don't have to act like that, And
Luckily, that's all it takes.
that's all it takes, And he's not being mean. He's just being honest. And he's really, when he does that, he's looking out for the band, our image, and how we perceive, like how we're perceived by other people. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate that. I appreciate these group of guys because we're all like that.
We're totally blunt. Like,
Yeah.
if we say something to each other, we're not gonna get our feelings hurt. We're
Yeah.
not gonna
Most
go
of the
down
time,
road.
laugh.
Yeah.
Just laugh about it and just move on.
Or just go back and forth,
Yeah.
talking shit. But a lot of the times, we're smart enough not to just destroy our own image. We know that that's gonna.
For sure.
We have a bigger picture in mind, and so we're not wanting to tarnish that or taint it or do anything like that.
Yeah,
So.
especially over little things.
Exactly.
We'll just eat some tacos and talk it over.
Yep.
Talk it over tacos.
Taco over.
I'm surprised you have an image, Chad.
I
That you
I like
care
to
about your
I like to
image.
think so. I like to keep it all positive, at least.
For sure.
Oh,
I
there
don't
you go.
want it to look like anyone's having a bad time. And then when it looks like we're having fun, I think everyone else is having fun.
Exactly.
As a band or solo, do you guys talk about experimenting with different styles of music?
All the time.
What kind?
But it'll never happen.
Why? Why?
I'm a huge ska fan. Huge ska fan.
And he got me into it because he's always listening to it.
I'm always trying to squeeze in just tastes. Just a
What
little.
is, tell me a little bit.
It's
about
like a
Like a 4-measure instrument break that has, just a change of tempo. to
it's got
stop.
like a nice reggae upbeat to it. And horns, but we don't even have horns. But I still just want the guitar upbeats and a nice walking bass line. Just real quick, it don't have to be the whole song. But it's been hard to convince Ryan to get into it for the last 13 years.
Why, Ryan?
I don't know, man. I like ska. I like listening to it. I suck playing it. Like, I absolutely cannot play ska, like, at all. So I don't. If I was better at it and if I worked on it, I'd be more comfortable with it, more confident with it. And I wouldn't mind throwing those little things in there, but I am not comfortable and I'm definitely not confident. And I just don't want to put something out like on a record or anything like that that's going to sound trashy or crap. Oh, he's trying to play a ska riff and that's his attempt to play ska, and I'd rather put out something where we're all confident in playing, like, and we got a few surprises that are going to be coming on the record.
So do you dish out everything you have within you on the band, or do you reserve some stuff?
I try to, I mean, these guys we all know what we're all capable of, for the most part. And every now and then we'll surprise each other, I'll come in and hit Chad with the riff and he's like, that's bad. I like that. Where'd that come from?
When did you learn how to do that?
Yeah, when did you learn how to do that? I don't know. I've just been playing guitar at home, working on it, because we're always working on our craft, Yeah. It's the only way you can write better music and achieve those goals is by working on your craft, finding that time. And there's times where I just stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning, just in my closet playing guitar, because that's the only time I have to do it. I have to be up early in the morning for work, but it's what I got to do, practice,
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird for me. It's unbeknown because me being the drummer, I don't get to sit down in a quiet room and just kind of play these things through and just, quietly soak these things in. And so I think it's amazing how, like I said earlier, like we just all get together and this dude will bring a skeleton into a room of a song of lyrics and guitar rhythm, and then Chad's just sitting there listening and then starts chiming in, and then I start listening to the different musical breaks and everything else going on. And yeah, it's that last practice really blew me away. Just we incorporated all different aspects of what we wanted into a song, and I hit my point, Chad hit his, he hit his, so we literally made a song that had different aspects of things that we normally don't do, but we're really surprised it came together so well.
Yeah.
To answer your question though about experimenting, I've come to the realization the ska band is not happening in this band. That'll just have to be a whole new band. But
Or a secret track.
as far as us, what we do experiment with, I think we write our music simple enough to where we can hold back. And then as time goes on, we'll let out a little more of what we got.
Improvise.
Just a little more of what we got.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't write anything crazy, nothing complicated. It's really simple stuff. Really easy. And then this record will be a nice little change because it's definitely a little faster, a little more complex. You can tell it's a whole different level of Nothing Lost because we took it so easy the last EP. Like probably children's songs you can around a campfire, like that's how they felt. And then this time around it's gonna be like, oh, these guys can play. Wow, okay.
So how much did you up y'all's ante playing?
A lot.
turned
After
it
we
up.
picked up Josh, we just kind of turned it up to 11.
Yeah.
And we felt like, all right, like we've got our combination now. Let's take it for a ride. And then we went pretty hard writing new songs, and then even our live shows just turned around. Like, ooh, you can just feel the energy now. And it's just, that's really it. It's a lot more energy and some slightly a lot more complicated fills and things provided by Josh now that we didn't really have access to before. And then now we're able to kind of play with some more ideas that we've kind of just been sitting on for a while and waiting for the right time. And now we got Josh, and it's like, hey, Josh, try and give me one of these. And you can kind of even just mouth it. and then he'll be like, okay. And he'll knock it out. And I'm like, that was cool. All right, let's write some music to it.
How does it feel to be the missing piece, Josh?
I mean, it's a little weird, to be honest. I mean, we've tried, numerous things together as friends, just jamming out in the garage and stuff like that. So, like I said, you pick up these things with them, like, you know what they're going to say without saying it. And so it's just when you are along with other musicians, not someone who just plays an instrument that knows what they're doing, it brings a whole other aspect. Yeah, I mean, it's flattering to me, honestly, because I'm just like, I'm a drummer who had to self-teach myself. Like, I didn't know how to read music. I didn't know how to do anything. So everything was just by ear. So I can just incorporate that. And Chad kind of really understands that and gets that. It was years and years of playing Christmas rock band presents after year and years, playing the guitar and drums. And I don't know. It's just...
Pretty sure we still got a high score on there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Leaderboards, baby.
But yeah, I love being the missing link of what they needed to make the music sound better, because even just sitting in the car with this dude and listening to it, I'm like, oh, y'all sound pretty good, but you kind of slowed down a little bit. He's like, yeah. And then so, just that ear, just having those other ears, behind me, just, it helps it so much that they check me to, hey, I think you're doing this too wrong, or you're doing this too fast, or let's try to tone it down a little bit, not too much, a little bit less. And I'm like, okay. So they're a good dynamic to because I'm very aggressive, very loud, very fast, and they compensate for that. So
yeah, like most of the time we're telling him chill out,
which is a good thing to tell your drummer.
Yes, yeah, like hey,
why is it a good thing to tell your drummer to chill out?
Because you don't want to have to like push somebody to be,
going hard,
more energy and more aggressive. I'd rather somebody just be way over this line and us have to be like, all right, pull back than them like just not even moving forward, and we're just like trying to shove them along. You know what I mean? That's really hard to do, and it can be very frustrating. It can be, after a while, you get tired and you give up on pushing somebody. And with Josh, he'll come to us and he'll just play his ass off, and we're like, whoa, what is this? I'm just messing around. I'm like, dude, you killer. Like, what do you mean? So, it's nice. It's nice to have that energy, that aggression, that, I don't know, just his musical ability is awesome. It really is.
It's a good mesh.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely enjoy it.
For sure.
So with all this combination coming together, where do y'all see Nothing Lost going? Where would y'all like it to go?
Taco Bell.
Sponsored by.
Yeah, if Taco Bell could hook us up with a sponsor.
Y'all are still on that?
Where do we go?
Where do you want to go?
The sky, baby.
Shit. To answer like quite directly, I'd like to go to like New York.
Yeah.
I would love to play New York.
Yeah. Do like a real deal like East Coast tour, just all of East Coast, New York, New Jersey.
Go play Canada.
Yeah, even Canada would be great,
I hear Canada is great.
One of my biggest goals now, obviously now that we have a tour set, that was a huge goal of mine, and now it's playing a good festival, a really cool music fest.
That would be rad.
I would love to be a part of one of those. There's Who's Fest that's in Canada, and then there's also The Fest in Florida.
Yeah.
Huge fest, punk rock bowling that's in Las Vegas. There's all kinds of stuff. Riot. Everywhere you look,
so
Camp
many.
Anarchy. Like everywhere you look, there's like a really cool music fest going on. And I think for me, like that's my next thought is how do we get on one of those cool festivals? You know what I mean? I think we maybe know how, or we kind of have an idea of how. We just have to really like grind for it.
Everything we've set goals for, though, we've managed to knock out.
Yeah, that's true.
So that kind of feels good.
So what will it take to get on the festival stage?
Making more friends.
Mm-hmm.
Making more friends.
Making those connections.
Yep.
More shows.
Talking to the right people
Networking.
and putting ourselves out there just right.
Yeah.
And most importantly, having good music.
Yeah.
Who has been some of the names that have helped you out along the way?
Ralphie for sure.
Yeah.
Destroy Orbison. They got us on our very first show, and they won't admit it, but they really kicked us off. Like, they got us going, and man, we wouldn't be anywhere without Destroy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they're so humble. Oh, guys, you're doing your thing. That's all you. Don't listen to them. They helped us out big time.
I have a lot of respect for those guys, man. They're really cool dudes.
I'll drive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, now-
And the guys in Florida have been spectacular.
Hooking us up with a music video when we're there. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, tell more about that.
We may or may not have pants on, but we're recording a video when we're going to be in Florida.
Yeah. They wanted to get some, like, I don't know what is in store yet, but they definitely have told us they want to shoot some video of us and maybe or maybe not use it for a music video. We'll see. More than likely, yes, but we'll see. I mean, we don't know anything yet. We don't know all the details yet, so we just know that there's going to be a camera involved and a bunch of men.
Yeah, it sounds real lovely.
Yeah.
For the three of y'all.
It's going to be cool, man. We're
man.
so excited.
Yeah.
Oh. But Destroy, Ralphie, and the guys in Florida.
Raul, too, from...
Yeah, Raul from Merch Vandal and Next Day Custom Tees.
Mm-hmm. Tommy over at Matador Studios. He's the guy who recorded and mixed our first EP. Awesome dude. Definitely recommend going to Tommy for any kind of recording.
I can't really think of anyone that really hasn't helped.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like, we're all in this together, you know?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, for real. Every little thing has been so helpful, and like, I don't think I've met anyone that's wished us bad. Everyone we've talked to has been great. Strangers or not, everyone's always open to help and give you direction or anything like that. And I don't get that at school, at work, with the music scene. It's unbelievable. I love it.
I was about to say the same thing, that I feel that's kind of, it was weird to me at first because I always see like bands always looking out for themselves, not supporting each other. But when I came into this scene, everyone's like, oh, you did a good job, and everyone's trying to help support you. And I mean, they put your name out there, and I mean, everything. It's really weird how much they actually care for y'all. Like, they will look out for y'all if you need anything.
For sure.
I mean, they're there. Forget a bass pedal. Another band was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Go for it. Use my bass pedal. I'm like, all right, cool. I bought him a beer. Like,
yeah, that happened our last show.
Yeah.
Simple solution.
Simple stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just not being a jerk about it. And I mean, just supporting what everyone loves doing, no matter whether you think y'all are bad, y'all are good. It's just doing what you love, and everyone's helping out. That's the dream.
That's great. What about any EPs coming up that you're releasing?
We've been recording in our ancient Chinese secret. That's what we call our studio.
And what is that?
It's a secret. I can't tell you.
It's a secret.
Come on.
It's a secret.
Come on.
It's a secret studio that we record in with a secret ancient Chinese kung fu master.
Oh, yeah? You got a little slave labor going on in your studio?
No.
No, none of that. None of that. No.
Sounds like Nicolo.
Well, as much as we're paying him, it's close.
Yeah.
No,
He's hooking us up nicely.
He's a great guy. He's a guy I work with over at the park. And he doesn't normally record bands. He used to back in the day. And now he is long kind of retired from recording bands as a job. But I approached him and said, hey, we're getting an album. We want to get an album together. You did such a great job on our single, which Still Singing was our single that we put out first before anything else.
Yeah, he recorded and mixed and mastered that
Recorded, mixed, mastered everything on that. And that came out, chef's kiss, you know? And we were like, if he can do that with one song, I bet he can make an album just sound top notch. So I said, look, if you don't want to, it's totally cool. I just want to ask. And he's like, no, let's do it for sure. And I was like, a whole album. And he's like, yes. So here we are. So now we cut some drums. And we just cut some guitar the other day for one of the songs we'll be putting out eventually. And just getting the album together.
I think right before we go on tour, we're going to release one track off of the album.
Yeah.
And then...
What's the name of that track?
Burn.
Burn.
Yeah.
Like after you eat Taco Bell?
Burn.
That's
How
what
many of the songs are about Taco Bell?
Just
None of them.
none of them. None this time, actually.
Yeah, not this
we
time.
mentioned them once.
Yeah. But this album doesn't actually have any songs about tacos. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
We mentioned hamburgers.
Ooh.
I guess you could say we're mature.
Yeah, one song's about burgers and food.
Right, yeah, one song's about food. We can't not have an
Yeah,
album.
it's so
with-
hard not to write about food.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's a
just...
daily essential.
It is.
It is.
100%.
I mean, it's Taco Tuesday today.
It is.
Thank you, Josh.
See?
But
Taco Tuesday.
when we get back from tour, we're gonna release the whole album, and I think it's gonna be 12 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's looking to be 12 tracks.
How long is the tour?
A week.
Week in a couple days. I don't know.
Yeah, a week and a few days.
Yeah. Some change.
Oh, nice.
But our kickoff show is March 31st, and that's going to be over at Pacell Studios. I don't have the address. But,
Me either.
but you can look it up on Facebook,
I'll throw a picture on
Instagram,
there.
all that good stuff.
It's gonna be Deadweight and Uptown Creepers are gonna be there with us, and a keg for
yeah.
those that are like to party hardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Should be a good time.
that'll be our kickoff show, and then we're headed to Arlington right after that. And then that's it. We're on the road. Arlington at Division Brewery.
Dangerous place
Dangerous.
if you're a band playing there, because they give you free beers, and that shit is the most intense beer I've had.
Why? What makes it intense? Is it
What was
like
it?
a Hopadillo or something? I mean,
It's all craft beers.
Brewery.
Yeah, and they're all like 18%. Like,
sounds delicious.
dude, it was.
And they just have a huge list of just tons of beer just that they make there. And they're just, yeah, you guys choose from this list, which is a smaller list, but it still is like a list of
Free.
12
Yeah,
to 15
free
beers.
beer.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty strong from what I hear. I don't personally drink, but from what Chad
At the
when
end of
we
the
were there
night,
last time,
You don't drink, Ryan?
I don't drink.
I hardly drink either.
Yeah.
I'm a drinker.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But at the end of the night, the last time we were at Division Brewery,
Oh, yeah.
you could look around and there was at least one person from each band passed out somewhere, like leaning on a table. It was so bad.
I
was
remember
like,
Chad had one and was like, I can't have any more. This is going to tear me up if I keep going. And I was like, one? He's like, yeah. Then we looked at some of our buddies who had more than one, maybe more than 2 or 3, and they were
Kaput.
sideways.
gone.
Rough.
I mean, they had a good time. Yeah.
It was hella
It was a great
fun.
time.
But
Was that one of the best stages y'all played at? Or what would
I
you
wasn't-
consider the best?
Maybe not the best stage. It was a cool spot. We played outdoor, and the brewery is also right adjacent to from a comic book shop. And they had a little stage set up in the comic book shop too, so they would kind of,
yeah, it was a
you were either
two-stage
indoor or
event.
outdoor, and they would have bands playing indoor, some bands playing outdoor, and they would kind of swap back and forth, which was really cool. We were outdoor, which was kind of cool. It was hot, but it was awesome.
Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas, it is what it is. But
Global warming.
it was cool. We got to check out the comic book store, and everyone got free beer. So I mean, you can't really complain.
Yeah, we played with some really cool friends too.
Oh yeah. The boys in Corkscrew Nosedive Drive.
If y'all are watching, we miss you.
Yeah, we do.
Why you miss them?
We just
guys.
haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah,
and
we
they're
haven't-
great guys.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a long.
They're a lot of
time.
fun, down to earth dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that was just divisions, that whole
Yeah.
entire bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arlington.
What was the best stage that y'all played on now?
I'm gonna. My favorite stage itself, physically, just the stage, is
Playing
probably.
on. The environment.
You mean
the
like
energy,
the sound, just everything all
the
together?
overall experience.
What was that place we played at with Dial Drive? Here.
Here?
Yeah.
So that was
Ooh.
the mix.
No,
No. Well, we did play the mix with Dial Drive.
we did, but this last time they came.
Oh, the 502 bar.
Yeah, 502 bar.
502 was sick.
That was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
Here in San Antonio, 502
Yeah.
bar.
Plenty of space, and I've never heard it sound so good in my
The
life.
sound guy
The
was
sound
crazy.
was perfect.
Yeah.
You
That-
could hear everything up on stage. It was perfect out in the house. It was I couldn't ask for more. It was
So
great.
one big thing for me is like I'm a drummer, so not a lot of places have like monitors for me to hear these guys in the back. So a lot of times I'm just used to sitting up there and kind of sitting behind their speakers and hearing them. So everything's projected that way. But there, I can hear them. It's awesome. Very professional quality. Good. Fun.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of the smaller venues, they might not have monitors for drummers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. You know, it's the one person that probably needs to hear the music the most. You know, and a lot of times these smaller venues just don't have them. There's been times where I've literally had to bring one of my wedges to a show and plug it into the board so that our drummer could have a monitor, because it's hard, you know. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a drummer and not having a monitor. That would just freak me out. That'd be like me playing on stage and not being able to hear my guitar at all. You know, that just freaked me out to me.
It'd be like me recording this podcast and then there's no audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
God.
nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're just
Wait,
guessing and
just
hoping
guessing?
it turns out good at the end.
And you hope everyone else doesn't think you're a lunatic,
That's
you
my
know?
nightly pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, at the small venues, you'll see us like sound check, and then you'll see us make a bunch of noise and point at everyone.
Good.
No.
I'll look at Josh. I'm like, "Can you hear me?" He's like, "Up, down, whatever." And it's never down. It's always.
It's always up.
It's always up. So sometimes I'll kind of
and then the
shove
house
my.
guy's like, no, y'all are good. Don't turn it up anymore.
Oh shit! So I just kind of sometimes I'll push my amp a little bit further back so where it kind of lines up with him, so
How
you can
bad
hear a
does
little
it
bit more.
get?
It can get pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
Depending on the space, you know.
Because I mean, just the latency. I mean, even if I'm off by like a half a second to a second,
Oh,
you will
it's
hear
over.
it. You
Yeah.
will hear it.
Because once he starts playing, all he hears is snare and cymbals. Like
Yeah.
that's you can't. The guitar and bass just get drowned out. To where you need that extra speaker pointing right at him so he can hear where we're at,
Yeah.
and so we don't end up getting lost with each other. But
Maybe I'll start a business, a monitor business where I just go to like smaller local venues and rent out drum monitors.
Well, you know,
$100 for the night.
Cliff does that.
Oh, wow.
Like, he'll
Really?
show up to stages, and if they don't have, like, a mic or speakers or anything, he's all like, I got it in my
got it
trunk.
ready to roll.
I charge extra for it, though.
Dang.
That's badass.
At least that's what he says. I don't know if he followed through.
Dude, I totally believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I
Yeah.
believe it. Yeah,
That'd be smart.
that's a not bad idea.
Yeah.
Gave you a new profit margin right there.
Yeah, the
Well, we might
502
have to.
bar was really cool. The guy who ran sound at that show also ran sound for us over at Limelight off St. Mary's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I wish I remembered his name.
He plays in
What band?
Bitforce.
Bitforce. Oh, he's in Bitforce.
Bitforce.
He's a guitarist for
Bitforce.
Bitforce?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Bitforce is a band that plays like video game covers. So they'll, take Tetris or Zelda or
Sick.
whatever else, and
remember
they
that.
turn it into music.
His
Video
name's on the
games.
tip of my tongue too. Sorry.
Dang. Anyway, he's an amazing sound engineer.
Cool
I mean,
guy.
he really can.
Yeah.
If you were
When we walked into that place and I saw him behind the sound,
We're
I was
like,
like,
well,
"Oh yes,
we're
this
set.
is gonna sound
Yeah.
great."
Set, yeah. So yeah, 502 is really cool.
And he remembered us. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
What stages are y'all looking to go after the festival? If y'all
Man.
once y'all accomplish that goal, what is
Oh.
the next stage after the festival
I mean, to
stage?
be honest, I haven't seen that much. These guys have been playing longer than I have in the band. 2 years? I've only been in it, 6 months? Something like that?
Yeah, something
7
like
months,
that.
something
Yeah.
like that. So, a lot of the shows that we've done already, they've already done before. So, but yeah, anything new.
Yeah.
Anything big.
Good or bad, I'm just excited to see new, just anything I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
What about? So where would you like the tour to be going next, besides the East Coast, besides New York?
Honestly, it doesn't matter where we go. Just a longer tour would be better.
I'd be down for the UK.
Dude,
Ooh.
no kidding.
Yeah, the punk scene over there is ridiculous.
I'd be down to go out of the country. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I'd be down to play
That's a
anywhere,
bucket list
man.
That'd be
there.
crazy.
Just an international tour.
What does it take to do that?
Monies,
Money,
connection.
Fans.
We know a couple people. One for sure.
Yeah.
That's out in the UK, and he was really cool to us when we first kind of started and when we first put out our EP. His name's Andy, and he's with Bad Granola Records out in the UK. And he was super cool with us. I don't know how he found us. Randomly, he found us somehow and started shooting us messages. And we still kind of stay in contact. It's a little harder with like time zone stuff. Sometimes I'll message him, "Hey, how you doing?"
Especially with that coronavirus running around.
I guess. I don't know. I'll hit him up, and sometimes he'll message me, and sometimes he won't. But a lot of times it's just because of the time issue. But super cool guy, and he's like was super on board of like getting us out to the UK. Like he's like, "I'll enter y'all in this little this festival that we have here." We're like, "Whoa, we only have like 6 or 7 songs out or whatever." He's like, "Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Like, don't worry about that. Like, I know some people. I'll put your application in, and like we'll see what happens." And obviously, we didn't go or anything, but just the fact that somebody is willing to like go to bat for us like that, who we've never personally met, that is in a different country,
says something.
I mean, that's super cool.
What was his name in the record again?
Bad Granola Records. His name's Andy. Yeah, super cool guy, man.
Shout out to Andy.
Yeah, for sure.
And shout out Bad Granola. They got a lot of cool ska bands
They
on
do
the
have
label.
a lot of cool ska bands on their label.
Is there a message y'all would like to deliver to your fans or anybody that is a music lover?
Well, I'd say to the fans and everyone that's helped us, thanks.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And then to anyone else who is watching and wondering why we do it or wondering if they could do it, just go do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Nike.
Just do it. We're not sponsored by Nike.
No.
Nah, just go save up $100, go get you a Squire, and start jamming out.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you'll be playing open mics, you'll find friends, you'll be in a band, and shit, these 2.5 years we've been doing this, it was flown by.
Yeah.
Flown by.
Yeah. With the second you said, it's been 2 years since you guys been here, and I was like,
Ow.
we felt like we just were here, like if not even that long ago, That's crazy to think. But yeah,
But do it. If you want to, do it. Just go have fun.
for sure.
Enjoy yourself.
And thank you for coming out to our shows. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for singing along with us.
Sharing our music.
Yeah, sharing our music. Even a simple click of somebody sharing our stuff,
Anything.
like that means a lot to us. Because you took 2 seconds out of your day to do it, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but you could have just kept scrolling. You know what I mean? Or you could have just, somebody else will share it. You know what I mean? So the fact that like people do that for us is really cool. And the fact that people actually want to listen to us is like,
That blows my mind.
yeah, I think we posted something yesterday about our tour schedule, and somebody's like, "Oh man, I wish you were coming to here," or whatever it was. And,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, that's cool. Like people want us in different cities, like different states and stuff.
Whoa.
Like, that's kind of cool. And I don't know, man. It's really cool. I actually, going back to your question about where else like I would want to play other than like New York or like in the East Coast, I really, really want to go play in Colorado.
Ooh.
Yeah, me
They
too.
have a huge Colorado punk scene over there. Colorado Punk Army, right?
Yep.
And they're super involved with all their music over there, and we've gotten pretty cool with a couple bands from Colorado that I think would definitely hook us up if we ask. But yeah,
Yeah, I think we'd have a good time.
we gotta
Do
do
it.
it. We gotta do it. Yeah, we will for sure. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Watching like I'm a loser, and I keep a close eye on all of our stats and you know what I mean, like our views, our plays, like what's going on, who's
All
looking,
the
who's
insights.
not.
You're not a loser, Chad. You're doing your job
Yeah.
to market
I
your
do.
band.
I treat it like another job. I really
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
But
Not a loser.
I'm
telling you.
Thanks.
You're not.
I appreciate that. But I keep a close eye on it, and then looking at it now compared to when we first started, like I never thought we'd be hitting numbers that we're hitting now. I even texted Ryan last night. I was like, dude, this is gonna sound really lame, but I'm so fucking proud of us.
Which is totally not lame at all. You know
No,
what I mean?
it's not.
Like, it's just.
I wasn't trying to make like a teary-eyed moment with him. I don't know how he was going to take it. Sometimes he's kind of sensy.
I got teary eyed.
It's like our metaphorical baby, man. We cherish this thing.
But yeah, like, and then when you sit back and take a breath and realize like how much work you're putting into it and all that, and then seeing what's paying off, you're like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
It's awesome. It really is.
We're doing this shit. This is happening.
Yeah.
Getting home at 5 a.m. after dropping everything off at the store.
Yeah, playing out of town every weekend and driving home the same
Yeah.
night.
But it's all worth it.
Hell
It's cool,
yeah,
man.
it is.
It's all worth it at the end of the day.
Playing out of town has been like really cool. Cause
Yeah.
in a lot of other bands, like maybe I would play out of town once a year.
This is my first band where I played out of town.
And here with these guys, like it's like almost every other weekend. We're playing Austin, we're playing Dallas, we're playing Houston. You know, we're getting out. You know, it's kind of cool. Yeah, we don't get home till like Josh said 5 a.m, but it's worth it. Like it's so
The whole
fun.
drive home, you're just amped still, like
Yeah,
adrenaline. Like,
juiced,
dude,
yeah.
that was awesome. That was awesome. That
Then we
was
stopped
awesome.
at Waffle House and have ourselves.
I didn't do it.
Have ourselves a mean munch at Waffle House.
Oh, yeah.
We've had many. Josh has had many a milk at a Waffle House.
We'll save that for the next time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Give you all the best spots to eat on, on the road.
Yeah, just don't go to Austin for tacos.
Yeah.
No kidding.
That's one thing I want to say to fans: don't get Austin tacos.
San Antonio tacos. I will admit that.
Rolando's are dope.
Dude, Rondo's is good.
Hell yeah.
Rosas tacos.
Those
Well,
are good, too.
Ryan, Chad, Josh, Santa.
Yes!
This is for his love
Thank
of
you.
milk.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on.
Dude, thanks
you.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having
Fun.
us.
Thank
We'll
you,
have to do
man.
this again.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Always welcome.
Dude, and if I may,
Go for it.
your whole setup
Yeah,
is amazing,
It's
dude.
really cool.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing too, and it's really cool.
Camera
Thank
1,
you.
camera 2, camera 3, camera 7.
I don't think
camera
I've ever seen a
4.
tea table either.
It's crazy. It's crazy setup in there, dude. But yeah, thank you.
I feel like next time we come, you're gonna have like those little mini railroad tracks on the ground and like a
Well-
camera just rolling.
Well, you did surprise me today. I didn't think you were bringing Josh. I was just-
Oh yeah, we decided to bring him. I'm just kidding.
Dicks.
Yeah, it was closer to come here than drop him back off at home.
Yeah, I'm always excluded. It's alright. The guy sits back and goes with it.
But thanks, Greg.
Yeah,
It's been a lot of fun.
and check us out. Nothing Lost.
Nothing
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple
Bandcamp.
Music, Google Play, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Pretty well.
See you soon, and if you're on the East Coast.
East Coast.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Signing off.
Signing off.